During the period from Rosh Hashanah until after Yom Kippurim, we change certain parts of the received Shemona Esrei and make them more appropriate to that period of time. The first thing we do is that the third bracha in every Shemona Esrei during the year is Baruch Atah Hashem Hakel HaKadosh, right? The sacred God. We change that bracha during these 10 days, HaMelech HaKadosh, the king, the sacred king. This notion that kingship is the kingship of God is associated with this period of time from Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippurim is a very powerful notion in our lives. Malchut, kingship, demands people. The people have to recognize the kingship of God. And it's during this period of time between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippurim that we are encouraged, that it is demanded of us that we recognize the kingship of God, that God is in control of the created world. Something that we know all year long, but we might not feel it all year long. And so, the halacha is about HaMelech HaKadosh. If you forgot and said Hakel HaKadosh during Aseret Yimei HaTeshuvah, Chozer L'Rosh HaTefilla. You go back to the first of the first three brachot. And this is also true for the Shaliach Tzibur. It's also true for the Shaliach Tzibur. So that somehow, if this change in Nusach is not represented in your Shemona Esrei, then you are not part of the flow of time that designates the period from Rosh Hashanah till after Yom Kippurim as being something special. That even though in my mind I know all year long that there is only one king, and that king in heaven is Hakel HaKadosh. Nevertheless, the tradition demands of us heightened, greater awareness of that fact. On this day, on these days of Rosh Hashanah till after Yom Kippurim, we have to most emphatically say, HaMelech HaKadosh. And furthermore, if we forget and we don't say it, we're kind of excluding ourselves from the tzibur, from the community, all of whom is trying very hard to say that bracha correctly, HaMelech HaKadosh. And having excluded yourself, there is no other possibility than to say the Shemona Esrei over again. Another change in the Shemona Esrei is in the bracha that we say on weekdays, Melech Ohev Tzedakah U'Mishpat. And that is changed to HaMelech HaMishpat. Not Melech Ohev Tzedakah U'Mishpat, but HaMelech HaMishpat. That change is a little bit different, because if you forget to do the Aseret Yimei Teshuvah version, and you say the regular version, Melech Ohev Tzedakah U'Mishpat, the minhag of Ashkenaz, which is the commonly accepted minhag, is not to go back again. Because even though there are two versions of that bracha, both of them mention Melech. Melech Ohev Tzedakah U'Mishpat, that's the regular version that we say all year long. HaMelech HaMishpat is a specialized version, which perhaps emphasizes the Malchus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu somewhat more. And that emphasis is missing if you don't change the bracha. However, the halacha does not demand The halacha does not demand that we change or repeat again the brachot because we didn't make that change. So there are two changes in the Shemona Esrei that are connected to the word melech. First, the third bracha, Hakel HaKadosh becomes HaMelech HaKadosh, crucial to the Shemona Esrei that we say. If you forget it, you've got to repeat it, say the first three brachot over again. The second change is in the regular weekday Shemona Esrei, Melech HaEtzlach HaMishpat, becomes HaMelech HaMishpat. But since in content they are not so far from each other, they both mention Malchut. If you forget to change, the minhag Ashkenaz, as I say, is not to repeat the bracha and not to go back to the beginning of the set and say the brachot over again.